Sexy and hot woman takes off her coat and her slim body is in full view. Such a sexy woman, a boy who's never been in love before can't hold on. Every glance is a baptism for his soul. His name is Emil. He's a high school graduate, but a sudden encounter changed the course of his life forever. That day the boy went downstairs to take out the garbage, and a woman with big boobs moved in next door, with blonde hair and blue eyes and a red dress. She was so beautiful that people were shocked. What's worse, she winked at Emil. Emil instantly not calm. On the spot, the trash can knocked over on the ground. Back home, he hurried to share the news to the good brother, but just turned around. He saw his age should not be able to withstand things. He stared at the wide-eyed, wildly swallowed saliva. The woman seems to have a telepathic communication with him. The next second, two varied each other. Emil was so scared that he crouched down immediately. Although he was fast enough, but he was still unfortunately spotted by the beautiful woman. She came straight to his house with a big stride. Emil's mind went blank, but before he could recover, his parents called him downstairs, and he had no choice but to walk downstairs in a calm manner. Nervousness and fear filled his heart. Came downstairs only to realize that Alicia, the beautiful girl, had not come to complain, but to say hello as a new neighbor. The enthusiastic mother pushes Emil to show her around. The boy is so surprised and happy that he gets into the beautiful girl's sports car. But Alicia has a wicked idea. She makes Emil stand naked in front of the car as punishment for spying on her. Emil was incredulous and called her a pervert. Alicia doesn't take this seriously and just kicks the gas and takes off. The boy had to walk home with a discarded tire in his hands. Instead of being angry, Emil becomes so absorbed in Alicia's beauty that he can't even concentrate in class. When Alicia asks him what kind of girl he likes, Emil doesn't hide his feelings and takes out a self-portrait he drew for Alicia. The relationship between Emil and Alicia grows from there. At night, they sneak out when no one is around. When no one is around, they sneak into the swimming pool of the principal's house to go skinny dipping. As soon as they jumped into the water, the lights came on in the house. They grabbed their clothes and ran away. Then they went to an open-air party hosted by their classmates. Alicia's presence is the center of attention for all the men. In order to win the woman's heart, the school bully tricks Emil into taking her aside. Seeing the woman she loves being flirted with by other men, Emil's heart felt bad, so he swore his sovereignty with a bold kiss. She thought that her long-awaited love had come to her, but unexpectedly, a videotape reveals everything behind the woman's back. Looking at his charming girlfriend in the room, the boy, who had never been in love before, couldn't be happy. It's not that she's not attractive enough, it's that she's a woman who can't accept her. Not long ago, Emil tried his best to get the girl he wanted, but that day, her best friend approached Emil and told her that he wanted to show her something. Emil was puzzled, but the moment the video was opened, he was no longer calm. His girlfriend had suddenly become a porn star, and she was one of the best in the industry. Emil was devastated and ran away, but his best friend stopped him, saying that even if he couldn't be a couple, he could still do something else. He couldn't let such a beautiful character go to waste. Emil thought about it and realized that his friend's words were not unreasonable. So according to the battle plan given by the other side, he quickly brought Alicia to a hotel. As soon as she entered the hotel, Alicia took off her coat and went straight to the heart of the matter. Emil, who was inexperienced, was at a loss for words and just kept pulling the zipper. By now, Alicia is already in a position to receive a fierce attack. Seeing the boy's delayed action, the woman guessed that her profession had been exposed. The reason why she hid the truth in the first place was to prevent Emil from looking at her differently. Now that the truth has been revealed, the two of them have a big fight and go their separate ways. After the loss of Alicia, Emil was a mess, not interested in anything, but her loneliness finally overcame her reason. Emil knocked on Alicia's door again. Only in her house, the boy meets a man who makes her feel ashamed of herself, but she's only the woman's manager, Timothy. In a fit of rage, Alicia decides to go back to her old ways and prepares to follow Timothy to Las Vegas for a celebration of adult movies. Watching the two of them drive away, Emil has mixed feelings. He felt that it was his fault that Alicia had gone back to her old ways. So with the encouragement of his friends, the three of them drove straight to Las Vegas, where Alicia was dressed in heavy makeup and a sexy dress, showing herself off to the director. Emil saw this scene and felt a bitterness in her heart. When Alicia saw the boy's arrival, she felt very uncomfortable and had to leave the stage early. Timothy, who saw Emil blocking his way, directly pulled him into the dark room and forced him to leave, unwilling to Emil. Once hand-painted portraits stuffed into the hands of Alicia. This move touches the softest part of a woman's heart, and she decides to wash her hands of the movie industry, which is booming. At that moment, Timothy, who had been cut off from his fortune, was not willing to give up. Timothy decides to take revenge on Emil. This woman is full of flavor and charm. She's the teacher in the hard drive of countless boys. But this sexy woman has a crush on a young high school student. For love, she quit acting at the height of her popularity. Her manager, Timothy, is furious and blames Emil for everything. He rushes to the classroom, drags the boy away, and beats him up to vent his anger. Looking at Emil's bleeding head, the man did not stop there, but forced him to take a small pill and said that if he helped him to go to the rival mansion, steal the original trophy belongs to him, the past will be written off. Emil believes it and sneaks into the house, knowing it's illegal to trespass. However, Timothy, who is so cunning, dials the police right after he leaves the house. Emil was so scared that he ran away, but he found Timothy driving away with a smug look on his face. At this moment, Emil suddenly realized that Timothy's actions were just teasing him. He was lucky to get out of the car, but Alicia saw that Emil was hot and bothered by his best friend. But Alicia, seeing Emil's feverish behavior towards his best friend, realizes that the painkillers Timothy gave him are not ordinary painkillers. It's ecstasy. And Emil, as the representative of the best students, is about to attend the scholarship dinner. He was so dizzy that he couldn't read the speech. Fortunately, he threw away the script and started to improvise. Unexpectedly, his true feelings were so brilliant that he won the applause of the whole audience. But unfortunately, he still lost the scholarship. But one thing led to another, and Emil lost the money he had raised for the Vietnamese students. If he doesn't replace it, he'll go to jail. In order to help Emil through the crisis, Alicia chooses to go into the sea again, but this time, he brings along his best friend. With To Best Friends and To Best Friends, the movie was a hit, but after the movie was finished, the videotape disappeared. When Emil returned home, he found Timothy in his own home, and he had the videotape. His aim is simple: to ruin Emil's reputation in front of her parents. And the principal, once the video was opened, it's not an erotic movie. It's a very educational sex propaganda movie, which made Emil famous. Emil became famous, and she was on her way to the top of the ladder. This movie is The Girl Next Door. A teenager's dreams come true when a former porn star moves in next door and they fall in love. This is Seahorse movie. Goo 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 goo.